So we're going to continue on with question 4 and 5 in this separate video. It's now after school. So how many liters will be occupied by 3.6 times 10 to the 25th is what that number is right there. It's a little bit blurry. 3.6 times 10 to the 25th. I'm not sure I can make it any better with my camera. It's not very good resolution, but here we go. All right, so write down remember we said we'd write down the number and the unit. So the number's that, and it's molecules. So 3.6 times 10 to the 25th molecules. Now it says a gas because since we're starting with molecules and we're going to liters on this particular problem, we don't have to know the formula mass, so therefore we don't need to know what the formula is because we're just going from here to here and from here to here. So I'm going to make that a little bigger. So we're going from here to here and here to here, from molecules to liters. If your question says how many grams, then you would be going from here to here and from here to here. So you'd have two steps in it, but you have a different two steps. But this problem says liters. I think there's a couple of tests where it says grams. If it says grams, then you will have to use the formula mass, and you won't do this part. All right, so now we multiply. It's molecules of gas. We can just leave it as molecules. What is going to go on the bottom? Well, whatever's here, except for the number, goes on the bottom. And on the top, you're trying to go from molecules to moles, so you're going to write moles. What you're looking for goes on the top. Now again, the question says how many liters. Molecules are here, so to get to liters, we have to go to moles first. So we're going to put 1 with moles, and the number of molecules in the mole is 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. So if we solve the problem right there, our answer would be in moles because molecules would cancel. But we don't want moles, we want liters. So what goes on the bottom, whatever's here, always goes on the bottom. And on the top, we put liters. The number that always goes in moles, 1 mole, is equal to 22.4 liters, and I get that number from right there, 22.4. So then we have 3.6 times 10 to the 25th. So we'll type that in to remind us how to do that. So 3.6 times 10 to the 25th, so 3.6 exp 25. Multiplied by 1, which I'm just going to skip that step, multiplied by 22.4. And that's what's on the top. Then we divide by everything that's on the bottom. Remember, that's an invisible 1, so really the only number I have on the bottom that's not 1 is that 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. So divide by 6.02, then times 10 again is the exp, 23. If you're using an iPhone, it's the EE key. Final answer, 1,339.5. We can just call that 1,340. 1,340. And that would be liters. All right, last question. This time we have 89.6 liters. Now, have I said before that whatever number they give you is what you write down? So I gave you 89.6. Then it's unit, liters. And here we're talking about a particular chemical, so we're going to write that formula down as well. Hydrogen is H, sulfur is S, but H is +1, S is -2. So how many H's will I need to make this formula correct? So 2 times 1 is 2, which matches the -2. All right, we know that everything that's written over here except for the number goes on the bottom. So what's written over here that's not a number? Liters of H2S. All right, and on the mole map, we're right here. So we're trying to get to mass. So we're going to go up and over. How many steps? Up, over, 2 steps. So on the top, we're going to put our middle step, and that's moles. So 1 always goes in moles, and the number of liters in a mole never changes. It's always 22.4. Well, it is so far. Gases, of course, are sensitive to temperature and pressure, so if the pressure and temperature change from from standard, don't worry about that. 22.4 works. All right, so now we need to get rid of moles. So where's it going to go? Whatever's here always goes down here. And on the top, you put what you're looking for, which is, in this case, it's grams, because it asks for mass. So grams of H2S. These are all H2S's. All right, if it said liters, it might have started with grams and asked for liters, but the basic premise is still the same. You're going to change the moles and go to your other unit. Okay, the number that goes in moles is 1, and the number of grams in a mole for this, hydrogen is 1, but there's 2 of them, so I have to multiply it by 2. Sulfur is 32. There's only 1 sulfur. And these numbers are coming from the periodic table. See, sulfur is 32, and hydrogen is 1. So that'll be 34. So they have 89.6. Multiplied by 1, which I'm just going to skip, multiplied by 34. Then that answer will be divided by everything that's on the bottom. The only number that's not 1 that's on the bottom is 22.4. Remember, that is an imaginary one, or an invisible one. So divided by 22.4. Final answer, 136 grams. So that's how you do the quiz. Hopefully by now you've aced it.